呢一集咧就係我嚟到沙拉華古晉拍嘅第2套片啦。本來就話想拍啲 vlog 嘅，即係每日做啲乜嘢俾大家睇下啦。咁但係其實咧，原來剪片咧好需要時間嘅。咁同埋我覺得有啲更重要、更急切嘅嘢咧，想俾大家睇睇先。因為我想大家 sponsor 我剃光咗我呢個頭。我喺呢個段片裏邊咧，下邊會擠條 link 嘅，係一個慈善嘅活動。咁如果大家上呢條 link 裏邊係好似以前我哋公益金咧要贊助先至會可以去做呢個百萬行噶嘛，喺我呢段片裏邊嗰條 link 咧，你就可以入呢個嘅 Children Cancer Fund Society 嘅官方網站裏邊。咁就可以 sponsor 我、贊助我去剃光我剩餘呢啲少少嘅頭髮啦。我諗住咧，如果喺未來2日裏邊，即係我星期5會離開古晉返吉隆坡啦嘛。咁所以如果呢幾日咧可以籌到1000馬幣呢個目標咧，我就會喺呢度剃光呢個頭。咁但係如果要去到吉隆坡嘅時候，都唔係冇計仔諗嘅，不過就要花多少少時間啦。咁所以希望大家如果你想睇下我剃完個光頭係咩樣咧，你可以喺呢段片裏邊呢條連結呢條 link 裏邊就去 sponsor 我啦。大家 click 咗呢條 link 之後咧，就會見到呢個版面，然後就可以 donate to support 我噶啦。依家我 set 咗我嘅 target 咧就係1000馬幣。咁事緣係點樣開始嘅咧？呢個構思因為早幾日咧無情瞓下覺，臨瞓之前就同我身邊嗰人講：我依剩翻咁少頭髮，不如又唔係點見人，又冇翻香港啦，因為我都話退休啦嘛。香港嘅教書合約都完咗，不如試下剃光個頭咩款啦。咁當講呢句嘅時候咧，我身邊呢個朋友就話：咁巧嘅，我喺吉隆坡咧認識一個朋友咧，佢就話啱啱會嚟到古晉參加一個活動，就係喺星期日喺呢個 Ian Mall 裏邊舉行嘅。原來咧就係一個剃頭嘅活動。呢個剃頭嘅活動嘅意念係乜嘢咧？就係因為要贊助呢個 Sarawak 嘅Children Cancer Society。咁佢哋嘅宗旨咧就係幫助一啲家庭有困難，尤其是喺鄉村嘅地方咧，有時佢嚟到古晉嘅醫院咧，要做好多嘅化療啊療程嘅時候，呢個中心咧就會提供一啲嘅 support 俾佢哋嘅。咁點解用光頭呢個方法咧？其實高波呢樣嘢咧喺好多國家咧都有做過噶啦。咁但係原來個構思咧就係希望我哋剃光咗個頭咧，就支持呢啲細路仔當佢患上癌症之後咧，就唔會因為淨係佢剃光個頭就好似好醜啊，唔想見人啊。我哋剃光咗個頭咧，就表達我哋對佢嘅支持咁樣啦。好啦，咁其實咧就我話不如都幾有意思喎，就去參加啦。但係咧，我上網去呢個官方網站去登記完一大餐之後咧，發覺 error 喎，因為可能咧我係 non-Malaysian 啊，打 passport 嗰啲 number 落去咧，可能個系統唔係幾認得。我話唔緊要啦，我話星期日不如直踩去 Ian Mall 嗰度，話唔定可以到時即刻剃頭咧。點不知去到嘅時候咧，發覺哇，人山人海，好多人喎。Ian Mall 咧其實早前嚟過噶啦，就係嗰陣咧做啲 research 睇下呢度嘅商場啊、超級市場啊咁樣。今次咧就有個目的嚟，非常之熱鬧。呢一個咧就係 Sarawak Children's Cancer Society 搞嘅高煲嘅 event。裏邊咧已經一大堆人喺度排緊隊，諗住俾人哋剃頭啦。全部着晒紫色嘅 T 恤，因為咧佢哋已經成功籌得足夠嘅款項，所以咧大會咧又送一啲 T 恤俾佢哋嘅。呢度咧就係登記嘅櫃位，咁但係咧我可能冇時間喺度搞啦，收尾再諗計仔點樣登記啦。台上邊咧已經有幾位嘅人士喺度剃緊頭。下邊咧亦都有好多佢嘅親戚朋友啊喺度幫佢哋拍片啦，有晒啲座位俾佢哋，咁都幾周到下。台上邊咧，我見到咧左右就係2位男士啦，中間嗰位女士就非常之受人注意啦。
很長的頭髮，很長的頭髮。Let's go！ 他想把這束頭髮捲出去。Yes， 有什麼話想說的嗎？什麼 feeling 啊？什麼 feeling 啊？
呢位女士剪出嚟嗰束咁長嘅頭髮，仲會捐出去添喎。現場好多人已經剃晒光頭啦。呢2位叔叔咧就默默喺台上邊嘅，即刻揾佢影一幅相先。 跟住咧就橫掂都未有時間去剃頭啦，就上樓上 hea 一 hea啦。發覺現場咧好多人都剃光咗頭，究竟佢哋係咪都係啱啱做完呢個剃光頭高波嘅活動咧，還是佢本身係光頭，我就唔知道啦。因為現場實在太多人啦，咁所以咧我就埋去 counter 嗰度，佢話今日應該都趕唔切登記，不過非常之好，佢又俾咗個聯絡俾我，咁就可以直接去到 Sarawak 嘅 Children Cancer Society 嘅總部，都好喎，順便去參觀下，同我哋傾下偈。第二日咧我就嚟到 Sarawak Children's Cancer Society 嘅總部啦，呢度就係佢哋嘅開放時間，撳個門鐘。跟住咧，佢哋就會開閘俾我入到嚟。呢個感覺咧幾似一間小學嚇，係一間幾靚嘅小學，似乎好似一啲國際學校嘅水準添。我相信呢個入口應該喺後邊。跟住落嚟咧就係 Sarawak Children's Cancer Society 嘅負責人同大家講下佢嚟呢度嘅一啲故事。好啦，咁個訪問都幾長篇嘅，咁所以咧結束今日節目之前咧就記得click 嗰條 link， 然後睇下你會唔會贊助我。如果我喺離開古晉之前有足夠嘅銀兩贊助咗，係直接捐俾呢個慈善機構嘅，咁我呢啲頭髮就會唔見晒㗎啦。
Good morning.
Yeah, I recognize you.
Yeah, I have a little bit more time to speak with you today.
Yes, you were so
Sorry.
busy yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get to introduce myself, I think. My name is Genevieve. We are
Thank you.
I'm the events and marketing manager here.
Mm-hmm.
And then so my aim is to spread awareness about what we do here and get the public to support. So we moved in 2013, and the reason that we could do that was because for about 3 to 4 years before that, we had been steadily accumulating funds since 2009 with the Global event. So the Global event really helped us to collect enough funds to build this building, which at that time I think was about 2-point-something million. The land is from the government, so you can see there are other NGOs around on all this stretch. But the building is entirely on our own. Previously, before this, we had a 2 to 3 bedroom house, government provided, very near to the hospital. But we were very lucky in funds, so even the children had to walk to the hospital with their caregivers. And when there were more than 2 or 3 families that came to stay with us, coming from out of Kuching, so they had to split up, male and female. So if your father coming with your daughter, you could not. It was very difficult. So we're very blessed to be able to open this place. And our accommodation is mainly for those coming from outside of Kuching, because in the whole of Sarawak, our general hospital here in Kuching is the only treatment center for childhood cancer, like where they can do the chemo and radiotherapy and also the only childhood cancer specialist for government is also in Sarawak General Hospital. In the whole of Malaysia, we only have 27 pediatric oncologists.
Really?
Yeah, so that's very, there are like over 200,000 patients to be seen each year.
Right.
How many?
200,000.
For follow-ups, relapse, new cases, everything.
Right.
So it is a big amount. We have about 50 to 60 cases, new cases each year over here. But of course, our doctor has to check on those that relapse and follow up as well. So she's got her work cut out for her.
I see.
So a lot of people ask us, do we do like any medical things here? But we don't intervene in medical or nutrition. We only do advice. We work very closely with the medical team at the Sarawak General Hospital. So they handle medical advice, and then we also work with them to create like brochures and info booklets for the parents, so that they can understand the treatment journey better, know how to feed their children, things like that. So before we existed, the parents, caregivers, they had to sleep on the floor in the ward because there was no extra bed, so because the child took out the bed, right? Or else the other family members would sleep outside in the corridor. So when you go to the ward now, you can see there is none of that outside the childhood cancer ward.
Right.
Because we provide a lot of amenities to the ward. Like there's the accommodation is only part of what we do. Yeah, we support the childhood cancer ward in the hospital very greatly as well. We do medical equipment donation or facilitate medical equipment donation. Yeah, and then also provide consumables, medical aid. We are really lucky in Malaysia because our healthcare system is not bad. Most of the treatment, the basic treatment is covered, like chemotherapy, hospital stays, and all that. So if you are going through like what do you call it, a light treatment, like not you don't have any complications and things like that. Actually, there is not much that you need to spend on. But there are additional such as like lab tests and specialized procedures, specialized drugs, specialized treatment. And that's where we come in. So lab tests can cost like few hundreds. For some families, right, it's really too much to bear. Supplements, things like that. And then we even support consumables in the hospital as well. So this is only the medical part. So this is like this is just basically a small picture of what we do.
Okay.
So let me show you around.
Sure. Yeah.
We have 14 rooms. And 4 of them are downstairs for the less mobile patients. So we've got like sometimes we have osteosarcoma patients who are amputees, maybe mothers with babies and things like that. So now you can see we've closed the living room because of the quarantine. But when we are free, we will. They can hang out here. They can watch Netflix. We have PlayStation, things like that. So this is their dining area, and then a very nice donor recently donated air fryer. So we provide basic food supplies, such as chicken, fish, vegetables, rice, cooking oil, all those things. If they want anything extra, like salmon or avocado, they go and buy it themselves. So they will cook here, and a lot of people ask us also, why don't you cook the meals for them? It's because each of them have different hospital schedules, right? So they come at different times, and also the caregiver knows best what to give them, because
what they will like.
because they lack of appetite after the treatment. So the caregiver will know, maybe they want fried chicken today or fried meat, things like that. About 2 years ago, in addition to the washing machines, we installed a dryer, which has kind of bumped up our electricity bill. But it is a necessity now with climate change and the crazy weather. It rains incessantly on the later part of the year. So drying clothes outside, especially when they have to rush to go to hospital.
It's amazing.
So this is a room. So we allow one patient and one caregiver to stay with us for the duration of the time that they need. And we have a different mural for each of the rooms, so that they feel a bit more comfortable and not so scared. It's such a strange foreign because when they come over. So how it works is when a child is diagnosed with cancer, maybe because they are from outstation, the doctor over there has a suspected diagnosis, so they need to come to Kuching, to the general hospital to confirm that diagnosis. And because she's the only specialist, right? So after that, they work out a treatment plan. They have to stay in hospital for some time. And then after that, the doctor will also give them a letter. Our staff are also there in the ward. We have a rental, not like it's a borrowed office we call it, because it's hospital grounds. But we are stationed there so that we can attend to new cases and then do a needs assessment. And so when we find out that they need accommodation, we'll get the doctor to get give us a letter, and they'll bring that letter to come here and check in. The letter will say, oh, this patient needs to stay in Kuching for such and such a time to undergo treatment. Yeah, so everything is absolutely free. The only thing is that we ask them to pay a 30 ringgit deposit just to make them feel a little bit uncomfortable for the things or the ways that they are using. So that's how they are introduced to us on diagnosis. So we have support at the ward constantly. And then also here.
There's a bathroom there?
Yeah.
So they have their own bathroom?
Yes. They are in charge of keeping the cleanliness for their own group. But my colleague Debbie is taking care of all the rest. So her husband is our driver. He sends the children to the hospital for treatment on a scheduled basis and also as and when needed. Yeah. So when they are on holiday or maybe off for the Saturday, they will arrange for taxi and things like that. So my center colleagues have a challenging time because they are constantly on call. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, even if they are like off on Sunday, right, they still have to check their phone and make sure that if any parents have any emergencies, then they have to arrange for some transport to go to the hospital. Yeah, sometimes it happens, the kid pulls up NG and things like that. Yeah, or got the fever. Yeah. And so we're always looking for like corporate partners. They are always like want to provide things directly for the patients. So for them, we will get them to sponsor things here at the center for medical equipment at the hospital. So last year we had a donation from a local oil and gas company, I would say. It was an ultrasound machine for 99,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Creation.
Hi, sorry to bother.
Hello.
We are from the support services team.
Oh, I see, okay.
So Mimi's a registered counsellor.
Wow.
And she heads the support services department.
Okay, can I go in just to have a glance? Thank you.
Harrowing.
Yeah, it is very, especially during COVID, I think that was really, really the worst. So previously, before COVID, we would allow the other parent or the other caregiver and the siblings to actually come and visit the child and the other caregiver for 7 days in every single month. So they can stay here for free and food and everything. But now after COVID, we are not allowed to do that by the on the advice of our medical team because the risk of infections and everything is very high. So just an infection can kill them. So this is the biggest issue that we have now is this fear of infection. It's really hindering the relationships with the support coming from the family. So it's like they don't see their family for months on end for some of them. If they wanted to, they have to check out and then they have to go out and live somewhere else. Stay somewhere else maybe for a few days and stuff like that. But of course, not everybody can afford that. We do give them monthly subsidy. This amount is to help to care for the child during the treatment period of 450 per month. And then we also have milk powder, diapers, all these things that we hope can help. And the reason why I think we've been so good at what we do in supporting the patient is because over 50% of our community are parents. So they have gone through the process before and they are able to really advise us very well on the needs and the decision making of things that we wanted to implement and things like that.
Okay. Do they use wheelchairs? Because I noticed you have two set of staircase and no lift.
this is the problem that we had. Like, so now the playroom is upstairs, right?
Yeah.
So anybody using that kind
Exactly.
of, will have to be carried out. And
Oh,
stuff
really?
like that.
So you have
Yeah,
staff
so
to help
We
them?
are looking at a major renovation in another 3 to 5 years.
Uh-huh.
It's going to cost a lot of money, but
Yeah.
we are doing it in preparation for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the needs that we have are maybe changing a little bit. Sometimes we do have children who come back from KL after a procedure who need to be isolated for quite a period of time. And imagine being isolated in that room. It's really very tough. So we are planning to maybe build like 1 or 2 studio units where they will have their own room and their own area to cook, and then also like a little outdoor space. So you know, they can be isolated but still be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
not confined
yeah.
totally, that kind of thing lah.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
playroom will be downstairs.
Yeah.
You know, we'll fix all the things that we
Okay.
kind of was for a long time, and then the pandemic hit, and that was a real eye opener for us, whereby GoBolt previously had been raising about 60% of our funds, over $1 million every year. But it was also on the downturn at that time. I don't know, it's because of like my lack of marketing skills. But yeah, the pandemic really forced us to look at the need to diversify our income sources. So GoBolt, additional monthly donation program. So now we've got it's really a blessing in disguise, because during 2020 we were able to really sit down and focus on, okay, we're going to set up this online donation program. Everybody else in the world does it, like UNICEF, they have, like, you go online and then you sign up with your credit card or whatever, and then they deduct a certain amount from you every month, and it doesn't have to be a huge amount, right? It can be 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, something very affordable that doesn't really make you, like, you know, so difficult. But it's, if you can get a lot of people to contribute, it really does add up to a lot. And we were so fortunate to be able to earn about over $1 million last year just from our online donation program alone.
What?
Yeah, but it doesn't stop there. So we also are looking now at focusing on grants, corporate partnerships. Yeah, so this is where we started hiring more headcounts for my department in the last 2 years, so that they can focus on keeping the engine going while I'm basically like business development. You know, I'm looking
Was
for
promoting,
different ways.
yeah.
Because I think, especially this year, I felt that it was a very time for me to really look at this seriously, because of the sudden increase in finances that we needed this year, whereby we've already spent almost 500,000 on a 4-year-old girl from Miri for her treatment, and are expecting to spend another 300 plus 300 plus 600 for another 3 kids. 100,000,
Okay.
So that's like, I think, more than 1.5 million. Yeah, for those other 3 children.
Right.
Yeah, and that's like basically our expenses for the whole entire year used to be, right? Now we spend about 2 million a year, but just for these 3 children alone, it's already over 1.5 million. Yeah, so it really highlights the need to,
Right. Does your campaign go all the way to Kuala Lumpur and
we
expand?
have, we don't do physical events there, but we have an opportunity for those wishing to participate. We can arrange a shave at their local salon, and then after that we will mail them the
In Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah.
So friends in Kuala Lumpur, we have
Anywhere in Malaysia, basically,
okay.
where I can mail you the T-shirt, kind of.
So if-
and you have a salon. Yeah.
So if I cannot shave my head in time, we're leaving on Friday, I can still do that in Kuala Lumpur.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. You
Great.
can.
Okay.
But you'll need to let me
Sure.
know in advance, and then also I need to know your location.
Yeah.
Then I can find a salon that's willing to help us
Partnership
out with
salon.
this.
Yeah. Okay. All right.